Hello friends and welcome to my December theme. In case you don't know me, my name is Dano and this month the theme will be time inspired in Sherlock Holmes and the new Netflix movie Enola Holmes that I recently saw and I loved it. Before I start the video, I will leave here the materials and all the materials will be linked in the description down below. Starting the cover page, I decided to make December a vintage theme, using a lot of craft paper and also black paper. As I said in the beginning of this video, I was inspired by the movie Enola Holmes, but this time I didn't want to do a theme about that movie, like I did in November for my friend's theme, but the feeling that I felt while watching the movie. Time was the first word that came to my mind because of some reasons, and don't worry, I won't do big spoilers of the movie. And by the way, have you seen this movie? Let me know in the comments down below. So, the first reason that time came to my mind was all the waiting Enola did in our movie. That made me feel like I should appreciate more the time that I have, with my loved ones, myself, and to do the things that I love when I still have time. I associated time with clocks, but since it's a vintage theme, I decided to go for pocket clocks and clock gears to give that final vintage detail. Now back to my cover page, I decided to draw a big pocket clock in the middle of the spread, and I glued the craft paper and the cardboard on the top and bottom of the page. I really love this color combination. Next I decided to stamp the numbers of the clock in Roman numerals. It was a little hard to make it perfectly aligned, but overall I think it looked great. Because bullet journaling is not to be perfect, but to be creative. And I don't mind if some things don't turn out perfect, because at the end of the day, it's not a little mistake that will ruin everything. For example, in this video I did so many mistakes that weren't planned. In this cover page I stamped badly the 11th hour, and the circle of the clock was supposed to be one only line, and not this scrabbled circle. But at the end, I love how this cover page turned out. I did it for myself, and that's the only validation that matters the most at the end of the day. So don't worry about having a perfect bullet journal or spreads, because mistakes happen all the time, and maybe because of them, it makes the whole theme more beautiful and perfect, if you want to say. Next I added the gold accents in this spread, drawing some details on the clock and to do the clock gears. After I did the clock gears, I decided to do some random outlines around them and it actually looked great. Then I used washi tape to finish this spread. For the December title, I decided to switch in each letter of the word the size of the stamps, like the font used in the movie, and I am obsessed with it. Following up, it's my month in a glance and quote page. I decided to do one page calendar for my month in a glance, and on the left side of this spread, I decided to make a quote page. The quote, "There is no need to rush, what is meant for you will always arrive on time," was the most appropriate for me and also that matched my theme. This quote reminds me that everything happens in its own time, and to not think about if the time will arrive, but instead when the time arrives. Things happen naturally, and I have to be patient and not rush or expect things. I hope this makes sense to you because it made sense to me. When I open this interior Dutch door, I open my expenses tracker, because since I opened my Etsy shop and we're arriving on the time to buy Christmas presents, I thought it was a good idea to bring back the expenses tracker to keep on track about earnings and expendings. The layout is very simple. I did a table and divided it in day, description or earnings or expendings, represented in plus and minus, and the amount. Talking about my Etsy shop, my shop is called Danos Bujo Shop, and I am selling stickers, digital prints, and now I'm getting a winter-inspired sticker collection that will come out soon. If you want to check out my shop, the link will be in the description down below. Next in line is my habits and mood trackers. This month I decided to use my new calendar stamps and to do a scrapbooking vibe on my habit trackers. I did 6 habits to track this month, and I'll paint each day when one of these habits will be completed. For my mood tracker, I decided to go for a circle tracker again, but this time I decided to give it a twist. I drew a clock and left space to paint my mood in each box for each day. I think this idea was creative because it popped on my mind from nowhere, and it actually turned out great. Let me know what you think and what layout do you use for your mood tracker the most, and Mine is this circle one because it really works for me. So let me know down below. For my sleep and work tracker, I did my usual layout. I wrote the days on the left side of this table, and on the top I wrote each hour. The goal of this tracker is to keep my sleep hours on track to see if I rest enough and what I did that was productive in each day. For me it's important to see that I wasn't lazy and I did something productive each day. Have you ever done one of these spreads? Let me know in the comments, and also let me know if you are enjoying this setup video. After my sleep and work tracker, I'm going to show you how I did my social media spread. The layout of how I organize it will be featured on another video that I'm planning to make to show you how I organize my social media. For this spread, I did this scrapbook vibe with the gold accents and the gold gears. I actually really love this spread because it looks very minimal and at the same time very artistic. In the previous spreads, I did this splash of gold watercolor that I had spread all over my table, but was worth it because it looked amazing and that little detail made a whole difference in the setup. Last but not least, here's my first weekly spread. I decided to cover the whole page in craft paper and to use my sticker paper to make some columns for each day of the week. I think this is the spread that looks more vintage in this whole theme. I use my stamps to stamp both the initials of the days of the week and also the respective days. After finishing this spread, I noticed that I had a clock stamp, and I decided to use it on this spread and all of the previous ones to make it a cohesive element in this theme. And I think that was a cherry on the top of this theme. Here's the final flip through. I really hope you liked this theme as much as I did, and that this video inspired you in some kind of way. Please leave a like and subscribe to my channel to show support on my work. Turn on the notification bell so you can keep up when a new video comes out. Have fun journaling, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!